So today we are going to explore with you the ceiling of this cave and uh, take you into a more ethereal style that we've grown to love. Um, Here in Dave's studio, the ceiling is just covered with gongs and chimes and bells of all different variety, and it creates a very different environment and space for us to explore and to create different kinds of sounds. So Dave's over in one of his favorite spots, and what do you like about being over there in that particular
It's
area?
got a window.
That's true.
It's got my dad's Formica strips from his office in 1958, which is always not.
It's got some memory to it.
Got some memory to it.
Yeah.
Some really cool things here. Our friend, a guy Bob, came over and brought this over. It's not a gong, but it sure has added a lot of cool dimensions to it. It pairs very well with this big bow gong here. Just a lot of different things up here. We have two similar sounding gongs, which is often really a nice vibration. This is an Atlantis gong, got its own sound.
Yeah, and there's something about reaching up to things that is fun. It's a different sort of sound for sure, but it's also a different movement. And I think one of the things that I've come to appreciate about the ceiling, and in many respects, is that pretty much anybody can come in here and pick up a mallet and start hitting the gongs, hitting the bells, hitting the chimes, and create a sound. The technique is not anywhere near as important, even though as you go on, you can develop some technique with scraping the gongs and getting different sounds.
I also think your heart. You got your arms up here above your heart. It's a good health issue as well. But I think that stretch is really neat. We've had a number of people pointed that out. It's over your head.
It's over your head, and the sound reverberates amazingly in this room. Partly because I think there's so many instruments hanging from the ceiling that they interact with each other, even if you're not hitting them.
And one of the latest, ones is this large wind gong. And I always mention this. Got it at Costco. That's where you're going to find these things. $10 off. So anyway, that's this little corner. A lot of diversity. If you even want to scrape something, we've got that. The other one that's quite fascinating is the entry point here, coming into the foyer, as it were. Now, Mike was kind enough. How many years ago did this thing come into the studio?
Yeah, I did it a long time ago.
A long time ago. Fight bell. Now that's not your probably typical fight. Something's happened there. The other thing that's a more recent addition was from
my family's home in Phoenix, Arizona, the Poco de Mayo Ranch.
This is the latest addition that's been. Now, my daughter brought this back, whatever that is, from Nepal. Once again, I played an Atlantis gong, which is a raw type of sound here. This is that'll knock a filling loose. My friend Dave Schiller brought over a clam digger, which became part of the scene. Mark Harmon, we went out and found a pot, which had found its way up here. The next door neighbor, Josh, welded this. It's an E. It's a cap off of a propane tank, I'm thinking.
Yes, I think that's right.
That's pretty cool.
It sounds like an E.
we of course have all this cool stuff of memorabilia, my notes from my dad and stuff there. So this entry point is pretty rad.
Yeah, pretty rad.
This other thing here is an arrow that our friend Sean Schooler gave to me, and I'm always talking about gravity. One day I was trying to explain gravity to somebody, and I looked over and pointed that. So there you go. Gravity. So that's a timely reminder. Going over to now, this is going to be, don't we call this the scary section?
Yeah, this is kind of the spooky place where you go if you're creating sounds for a movie track that somebody's going to jump out at you.
Or you want to scare somebody.
Right. It's part of the scary thing, and that's why it's part of a horror film. So let's go.
Because sometimes life is part of a horror film, for hopefully not for too long.
Right. And so you go into the horror film section and show us what happens.
Well, here, I'm going to start on the outside and we'll work our way in. This is a bow gong. This is a wind gong. We've got another Atlantis. But now we're going.
Yeah, well, I'm starting to get scared already. So, yeah, because it's sounding scary.
But now we're getting into these two chow gongs, and the way they interact. Oh well, you'll see.
I think Hannibal Lecter would have had a chow gong. Just saying.
Cannibal, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know why a cannibal and an Englishman are alike?
No idea.
They both like their mama laid on toast. Okie dokie.
Okay.
Scary, go away, or scary.
Yeah. Just be scared.
Just be scared.
Okay. So what do we do on the ceiling? I mean, we've used this a variety of different ways, and you and I have explored all kinds of things, like you have with many other individuals that come into the space. But I think some of the times what we've done is started on the ceiling because somehow that sets a tone that then carries over to drumming and other things that we might do in here.
I think the word that we keep coming back to, space and acceptance. You hit something like that. I think you mentioned earlier, you don't have to worry about technique. And one of the things that we've noticed is it's really important to hit something and give enough time for the vibration between those two things. So it has a way of slowing you down. I like to call it ceiling research. We've had a number of sessions in here. We get 4 or 5 people. Everybody gets to somewhere and we say, okay, we'll see out there.
Let's compose something.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to the ceiling, I'm sure, in other episodes. Thank you, Dave.
Yes, we will see you next time.
Okay. Ciao.